calling it a love song.
What is up, my beautiful gemstones? It's Mary Gem, and I'm back with another video. And today's video is going to be on what is your aesthetic. You know, when people think about you, like, what is the vibe, what is the picture that they get in their head? Okay, so we got 6 piles here today. We got channel messages, we got songs, we got all the vibes here. So yeah, let's get straight into it. This is pile number 1. I'm not gonna say anything. You guys can just, you know, think about it, think about your aesthetic, think about what you want to hear and everything, and then yeah, choose a pile, guys. This is pile number 2, pile number 3, pile number 4, pile number 5, and pile number 6. Sounds like a game show. Okay, but yeah, these are the 6 piles, guys. Please pick as many as you guys would like. Please watch the entire video as well. I love you loads, and let's get straight into it. What is our pile number 1? Let's get straight into your reading. So what is your aesthetic? Alrighty, so the song that I got for you is Angels Like You by Miley Cyrus. And remember, guys, when it comes to your aesthetic, even if like your aesthetic isn't exactly who you are, it's kind of like just basically the vibes that you give off to people. So yeah, let's get straight into it. Anyways, the card that I'm going to be using to channel your energy is the self-love card. So I do feel like your overall aesthetic is basically self-love. I feel like the energy that I was busy getting from you, like literally just from this card, even like I was getting something about dating. Like I feel like people get the vibe where it's kind of like you're someone that loves dating, and you're someone that also loves different types of colors. Like, you know, maybe your entire aesthetic is kind of like the color purple, the color yellow, the color green, and I just feel like that's the energy people get from you. They feel like you're someone that's obsessed with dating, and like I said, also about like different types of colors. But yeah, we also got your channel message at the back as well, so let's get straight into it. Honestly, I'm super excited. Okay, so we got the spirituality or the giraffe card. Okay, we got the world card that came up, right? So, you know, good impressions and everything. So I do feel like, you know, your ancestors or like your spirit guides are saying that they're very proud of you, and they feel like you've come a long way as well. Okay, we got the 6 of swords that came up, right? I feel like the stuff is getting cut off. Okay, yeah, that's better. So we got the 6 of swords, Queen of Pentacles, and then we also got the 9 of diamonds that came up, right? So let's get into your song first. So it says, flowers in my hand waiting for me, every word in poetry, won't call me by name, only by baby. Oh, only baby. I know that you're wrong for me. Take off your clothes. Wait, love you, goodbye. Take off your clothes, close your eyes. Ooh. Okay, and then your channel message says, ooh, don't lie. When you say you love me, then you hate me with all your heart. And then it says, there's sparks inside you, don't deny it. And then it says Gemini, Libra, and Capricorn. Whoa, okay, sis. So you know, this could be your energy. Maybe some of the messages that I wrote down will resonate for you, but yeah, you know, this is energy where it's kind of like people see you as being someone that really loves dating. You love kind of trying out new things. You've definitely got a lot of like, you know, Capricorn, Gemini, like Libra placements, definitely, because we do have like, you know, Earth here, and then we also got the air sign energy as well. This is vibe where it's kind of like, as much as you do love yourself, I feel like you probably love yourself more than anybody else. So I just feel like you give up the aesthetic where it's kind of like, hey, I love myself, no, I don't need anybody else. Like, that's the energy you give off, you know. So I feel like you even could be someone that could be like a Taurus or Capricorn, any zodiac sign, and you know, if somebody like, you know, asks you, hey, do you love me, like, you'll probably lie to me. You'll be like, yeah, I love you. Or I feel like you seem like someone that will say, or you'll just be nice to people just because you don't know how to say no. Maybe you're someone that's overly nice and you don't like letting people down, and people just feel like you will say whatever to someone just to get them basically to, you know, stop talking to you. Or like even give off kind of like Regina George vibes, like I don't even know why. And like you give off like that other redhead from Riverdale, I forgot her name, but I'll put a picture over here. Like you give off them for some reason, I don't even know why, guys. But yeah, which I think I'm leaving soon. But anyways, so I do feel like you also give off like, you know, the aesthetic of being someone that's like, you know, super spiritual. Like I'm definitely getting the color purple coming up. Like I'll put a picture over here, like, you know, purple spirituality and like working with color magic and like working with candle magic and everything. But like, yeah, different colors, like, you know, working with you. You also give off the aesthetic of being someone that's very tall, like, you know, tall girl. Like I'm getting her, like honestly there's gonna be so much pictures. And yeah, with the world card, you know, giving off amazing impressions, giving off good impressions. I'm getting Jessie from Insatiable over here as well for some reason, and even like Sky Jackson, guys. Like, okay sis, I see you. And then with the Six of Swords that came up, right, there is a vibe where it's kind of like you have the energy where it's like, yeah, you love yourself more than you love anybody else, and you don't care who knows it, you know. Like there's a vibe where it's kind of like, if you have to lie to somebody, or if you have to tell someone you love them and you don't love them, you'll do it if you have to, you know. I feel like you give the vibe where it's kind of like you will do what needs to be done, you know, where it's kind of like, say now you're on an island and like there's no food and there's only one person left. You know what, guys, if you're gonna have to eat the other person to survive, I mean, I don't know. Like I just feel like people kind of see you as being somewhere. It's kind of like you will be heartless if you have to be heartless, but like don't let it come to that point, you know what I mean? It's even like a Cancer, you know, where it's kind of like Cancers are, you know, super nice people. Don't use up all their kindness, because, you know, you don't want to see that side of them where it's kind of like, you know, cutthroat bitch. And I feel like you have that side of you and people can kind of just see it in you as well. Like, you know, Betsy from Riverdale, like her entire character and her whole entire storyline was that she had this darkness inside of her and she just didn't know what to do with it. She didn't know how to challenge it, channel it. And yeah. But with the Queen of Pentacles, people feel like you're someone that's like, you know, super flirtatious, super outgoing, very attractive, 1000%, you know, someone that gives off kind of like money vibes, pretty, sophisticated, someone that everybody just gets along with, you know. You're someone that can go to a party, make friends so easily. You're someone that's just kind of like, everybody likes you. Even if they like try not to like you, they just always end up liking you. And the Nine of Pentacles, that just talks about, again, being single, loving yourself, choosing yourself, being in your own energy, you know, and also making yourself come, bro, for real. You know, I feel like people just feel like you're someone that's full of like so much abundance and they think it's really freaking cool, bro. So yeah, that is what I got for pile number 1. I really hope the video resonated. I love you loads, and let's get into what is our pile number 2. Let's get straight into your reading. So what is your aesthetic, alrighty? So your song is Overkill by Holly Humberstone, and then the card that I'm going to be using to channel your energy is Drink Your Water. So you could be someone that loves water, or even like completely contradictory to that, you could be someone that's like super dehydrated, someone that just loves energy drinks, you love coffee, you love, you know, being super energetic. But like the vibe that I'm busy getting from you guys, part number 2, is for some reason fast and furious. Like I don't even know why. Like, you know, Tokyo Drift, like I'll put a picture over here. Like you give off this aesthetic, like, you know, the white guy, the main character, you give off oh my god, I can't believe I forgot their name. I forgot his name, guys. Oh my gosh. Vin Diesel. You give off Vin Diesel and Lydia. Like you give off them two together. Like I don't even know why, but I feel like your aesthetic is kind of I feel like your aesthetic is kind of like moving around, or like being an army brat. Like people meet you and they're kind of like, oh, like you just seem like someone that moves around a lot, or you got commitment issues, or it's kind of just like you don't stay in one place all the time and you're always moving, you're always on to new things, you always move on. It's kind of like you're never in the same place and people can never pin you down. So it's really awesome energy though, guys, for real. Like for some reason I'm thinking about that red-headed girl from Powerpuff Girls, the one with the money. Like I'll put a picture over here. And like even Sabrina Carpenter, Sabrina Carpenter, or Sabrina the Witch as well. Like I'm getting Mad Men. Like I'll even put a picture over there of like Mad Men for some reason, guys. But yeah, that's your aesthetic, guys. So we got the fake smile that came up, right? So you also could be someone that gives off the energy where it's kind of like you might have a fake voice, or you even could have like a fake smile or something, you know. where it's kind of like when you're talking to adults, like you'll be like, hi ma'am, hello miss, or like if you see someone you don't like, you'll be like giving them a fake smile or something. I just feel like you got the energy where it's kind of like, or you give off the aesthetic where it's like you can be fake sometimes. And then we also got the confidence card. So yeah, I feel like you're also someone that's super confident. You know yourself, you love yourself, and you don't have a bad angle, guys. Like, okay sis, I see you. So we got the Four of Pentacles, Seven of Wands, and then we also got the Ace of Wands that came upright. Wow, that's so interesting, because like this is like practical vibe about you, but then it's also like this ambitious go-getter side about you. And yeah, literally where it's like that fake energy, but then also being super confident. So yeah, let's get into your song. So it says, don't want to kill your evening, don't want to be a buzzkill. If I'm coming on strong, here we go again. Maybe this time I'll say something a little wild. Okay, so you could be someone that also sometimes keeps your thoughts to yourself, and you might think the most crazy and bizarre things, but you never say them out loud. Like, you know, some introverts, like literally bro, they have the biggest mouth and like the craziest mind, but like they never say it out loud. And maybe people kind of get their energy from you where it's like your mind is basically your palace, you know. Or like whenever you're busy reading a book, like I'll put a picture over here, like you give up that vibe where it's like reading a book and then it's like you're in a completely new dimension, and it's like, bro, yes, like you're definitely hopping between dimensions, like people can just see it. And then your channel message says, each moment I will live it like it's my loss, hopefully lose my voice along the way. Aww. And then it says literal statements only, Aries, Sag, and Aquarius. So you are someone that is not sarcastic. You're kind of like, you take everything literally. If somebody says like, hey, I dare you to do this, you're gonna be like, okay, bitch, okay. And people feel like you give up the aesthetic where it's like you will live each moment like it's your last. And you know, hopefully you have some awesome stories that you can tell along the way, or you lose your voice or something like that. And it's like, yes bro, yes, that's the meaning of life. Just like live life, have fun, okay, and help people along the way if you can as well. So I feel like people get the energy where it's kind of like you are someone that it takes a while for you to get to know someone, or it's kind of like it takes a while for people to get to know you and for you to open up to people. I feel like you have a side of you that's kind of like very introverted, very, you know, kind of like, hi, nice to meet you, but then you have your other side that's kind of like a rocker, you know. Like you even do give up kind of like, you know, Hannah Montana, you know, you give up her energy where it's like by day she's kind of like, you know, Miley Stewart, she's a skateboarder who has a best friend and she's kind of like chilling, a tomboy, but then by night she's a singing pop star who just travels around the world and she's super famous. And it's like she has these two sides about her, you know. And yeah, low-key she's also hopping between dimensions, and people just feel like you give up that energy where it's like you could be either or, you know, and you're living your best life, period. Like, you know, she's living her best life when she's Miley Cyrus, or when she's Miley Stewart, and then she's living her best life also when she's Hannah Montana. So people just feel like you're thriving no matter where you are in life, basically. They see you as being someone that's very successful, like you give a very, like, you know, successful energy. And then with the Four of Pentacles, people see you as being someone that's very practical and someone that's very to yourself and very introverted, definitely. And like I said, with an amazing imagination, you give up the energy where it's like you love your work, you love your job. You give up someone that's super passionate, literally so passionate, you know. Like, I'll put a picture over here, like, you know that person from Harry Potter, I think, with like the glasses and everything, with the crazy glasses, and she looks kind of crazy. Like, I'm getting a her, like, you know the blonde person from Harry Potter, I forgot her name. I think she's an INFP. Definitely you could be an INFP. Where it's like people think you might be weird, but like you're someone that's just like, you know, super cool. And yeah, you're just passionate about what you love doing, and people just can see that passion in your voice and in how you act and how you speak and how you love. They can just tell that you have a passion for life, you have a passion for everything. And then yeah, Ace of Wands, they feel like you're someone that goes after what you want. You're someone that's ambitious, and you know, if you can convince people as well. Like, I just feel like you got this vibe where it's like if nobody can do it, bro, you can, period. You are the exception. You are it, bro, for real, okay? But yeah, that's what I got for pile number 2. I really hope the video resonated. I love you loads, and let's get into what is our pile number 3? Let's get straight into your reading. So what is your aesthetic alrighty? So your song is Acting Like That by Youngblood featuring MGK, okay? And then we also got your channel message at the back as well. And then the card that I'm going to be using to channel your aesthetic is the mood tracker, okay? So you can see, you know, sad, angry, jealousy, happy, in love, bored, and then like disgusted or whatever, okay? So I do feel like, you know, pile number 3, that's kind of your aesthetic, like, bro, for real. Like, you know, the movie Inside Out, like, I'll put a picture over here, like, you know, all of those emotions and everything, like, bro, that is your aesthetic. Like, for some reason I feel like you even remind me of like Moana, like, I'll put a picture over here, like, you remind me of that even, or like cartoons, and like just like being young, being immature, living life. Like, I'm getting the energy where it's like youthful energy, bro, for real. Like, even the song Youth by Troye Sivan, like, I'll link it down below. Or like, you remind me even of like 2000 and when it's 2010, I think, when it's like party rockers in the house tonight, everybody just, like, that song. Like, I'm getting that way. It's like every day I'm shuffling. Like, you remind me of kind of like when things were easier. So I feel like your aesthetic is kind of like forgetting your worries, forgetting your problems, and kind of like doing what you feel like doing, whatever, or doing what you feel like in the moment, you know, living in the moment, living in the now, and yeah, forgetting about your troubles and kind of like going back to a simpler time. And it's like fucking dope, bitch. Okay, I see you. So the first card that we got is the Art of Silence. So people could feel like you're someone that's very quiet, or they just feel like, you know, the silence is deafening. I feel like your aesthetic is kind of like, even though you might not speak that much, it's kind of like your words carry volume, or I just feel like your words are so wise, and they're wise beyond your years, bro, for real. Like, you're someone that was just like, bro, you're wise. Like, you're just wise, bro, for real. Like, I know I say this in almost every video, but like, maybe you were born in the wrong era, and I just feel like people can kind of tell that you're very smart for your age, and you give off kind of like, you know, the gifted program, like you were like, you know, that smart kid or something. But yeah, like I said about having temper tantrums, or like just being someone that's very emotional. But yeah, I love it, bro. And then we also got the Sunday and the Friday, and the mismatched shoes and like clothes and stuff. So you also could be someone that wears kind of like, you know, 2 different pairs of shoes together, or you always try different outfits that don't go together, but like somehow it looks good together. Like, these don't go together, but like for some reason it's working for me, bro. Okay, like, I'm even getting, you know, Chris and I forgot, Chris and Laz, I think, but I'll put a picture over here where it's like he's always like fuck it and she's always like yes. So yeah, I'm getting that energy. Anyways, we got the 8 of Swords, 7 of Swords, and then we also got the 2 of Cups that came up, right? Okay, that is mega interesting, guys, for real. I just feel like, you know, deep down you care a lot about everyone and everything, and it's kind of like, yeah, like, it's freaking nice, bro. Okay, like, I'm just getting there's someone that's very emotional. You give off like, you know, emotional energy, but yeah, kind of like you give off like life energy. Like, I don't even know how to say that, but yeah. So it says, who's that knocking at 4 in the morning? Cause it don't rain, but tonight it's pouring. You're way too hot to be acting like that. Calling out my eye, I fell in love again. So even could be someone that, like, you remind me of Sean Hunter. Like, I'll put his picture over here. Like, he was someone that literally fell in love like all the time, just super romantic, someone that just didn't care about school, but they cared a lot about like different things and different aspects that were important to them. So I kind of feel like you're someone that's like, you know, a rebel without a cause even, or like the Breakfast Club even, guys, for real. And then your channel's message says, because if I can, I will. There's no stopping me, my goals and my gals and my goals. My word, that's kind of funny. Where it's like, you're someone that will, yes, you will sneak out of the house to kind of like, you know, go to a party or something, but you'll also stay up all night to like study for a test. And I feel like you got this dynamic energy where it's like, yes, you will die for the party, bro, but you will also live for like, you know, working hard and everything. So it's kind of like that energy as well. And then the other channel message says, you'll see me on TV, magazines, and in your dreams. Ooh, okay, so you're someone that will, or people feel like you could be on TV, magazines, and yeah, I feel like people always dream about you. And then we got Libra, Taurus, Virgo, Cancer, and Pisces, okay? So yeah, guys, you give off like a lot of different types of energy for real. And then with the 8 of Swords that came up, right, there's a vibe where it's kind of like you're someone that isn't very attached to your hair, or you aren't very attached to your clothes, or you aren't attached to kind of like, you know, physical things. Like I'm seeing something about people feel like you could be a minimalist, or you're someone that just enjoys like, you know, learning new things as well, and like exchanging what you have for other things as well, and like learning new experiences and trading experiences, exchanging stories, being a storyteller. And the 7 of Swords kind of like, this does talk about, you know, like deceitful energy. It does talk about going behind someone's back. So I just feel like you give the energy where it's like I said about, you know, being someone that will do whatever you feel like in the mood, whatever you feel like in the moment. I feel like that's kind of like to a detriment sometimes, but also sometimes it's also for like your benefit, and it depends. People just feel like you will do whatever you feel like doing at the end of the day, and that's it. Like, you know, Klaus Michelson, like I'm getting him as well. Even Marcel, guys, like I don't even know why. And then yeah, the 2 of Cups, this talks about an exchange of emotions. So I just feel like people see you as being, like I said, the gifted program, someone that's someone that falls in love all the time, and someone that's probably going to meet their soulmate before they turn 21. Like they just see you as being someone that will probably get married before they turn 21 or something, guys, for real. Like I'm definitely getting Sean Hunter, guys, from Boy Meets World, like 100%. Like you give off his energy. Like I'll put another picture over here of him and like his whole vibe and stuff like that. But yeah, anyways, that is what I got for pile number 3. I really hope the video resonated. I love you loads, and let's get into the next one. What is up, hon? Before let's get straight into your reading. So what is your aesthetic? All right, so the song that I got for you is Space Cadet by Beta Bodhi, okay? And then we also got your channel message at the back as well. And then as for the card that I'm using to channel your energy or your aesthetic is going to be the Vulnerable Me card. So like for some reason I'm busy getting you know, How to Get Away with Murder, like the main character. Like I'm getting the lawyer, like the professor, I'm getting her for some reason. I just feel like your aesthetic is kind of like, you know, being in the forest. It's kind of like, I want to even say like narcotics or like weed, or I just feel like it's like this type of like escapism. Like I feel like when people think about you and your vibe, it's kind of like astrology, spirituality. It's being vulnerable, it's being open, and it's kind of like not letting people really dictate how you feel and your emotions. There's even like a sort of like a therapist vibe to you, like, you know, Cammy from The Vampire Diaries. Like I'll put a picture over here. Like you just got this vibe where it's like you are someone that's very smart, very educated, and you know yourself very well. And I just feel like you're someone that will, you know, take quizzes on like, you know, who are you, or like you'll take BuzzFeed quizzes on like what type of orange are you, what type of hat are you. I just feel like this is energy where it's like you're someone that's filled with just like self-discovery, learning about the universe, like I said, about astrology, just very mystical, and like escapism and that type of stuff. But like it's really cool, guys. So anyways, let's get straight into it. So the cards that I got for you is, we got the Time that came up, right? So I do also feel like people get the energy that you're someone that is kind of like time doesn't stand in your way. Like you even remind me of like Charles Bukowski. Like I'll put maybe one of his quotes on the screen, but I just feel like you seem like someone that's very poetic and someone that kind of doesn't let like time dictate them, or you don't let emotions dictate you. And I just feel like you are in control of basically what you do, where you want to go. And it's like you have this vulnerable side about you where it's very endearing, and people just think it's so kind of like they want to know more about you, because it's like there's so many different sides to you. And I just feel like people like that you're unafraid to kind of show that side of you as well to the world. I feel like so many people, they try to kind of, you know, wear masks, and they try to kind of cover up who they are. Like, they won't show the world, you know, the ugly side. And I feel like you will show everybody every side of you, and not in a way where it's like you're gullible or you're oversharing, just in like a matter of existing, where it's like you won't falter yourself. So I even feel like you could be someone that swears a lot, you could be someone that's very sensitive, but like at the end of the day, you are just being yourself, and you're being true to yourself, and people think it's amazing. So yeah. And then we also got the commitment card that came up, right? So people feel like you aren't afraid to make a commitment. They think you're someone that's very goal orientated and someone that goes after what they want, and you're basically in it for the long haul. Like, you're not someone that's gonna be like, oh yeah, overnight success. You're kind of like, no bro, I want to work towards my goals, my dreams, my aspirations, and I will reach the goal and the life that I want to live. And I just feel like people just kind of get your vibe as being like, you know, affirmations, positivity, and like I said, anything that basically encompasses who you are as a person. So you even could be someone that's multifaceted, where it's like you have so many different goals, so many different hobbies, and people just feel like you're always trying out different things. And it's really cool, guys, for real. Like, it's like I'm getting a glimpse of like, you know, what your mind is, and I just feel like it's always like, you know, thinking about new ideas. And yeah, you could definitely be maybe an ISFP or ISTJ or something like that, even like an ENFJ or something like that. But yeah, so we've got the 10 of swords that came up, right, the 3 of swords, and then also the 5 of swords that came up, right? Wow. So I do feel like, okay, there's a lot of that I'm busy getting, guys, but let's first get into your song. So your song says, feeling shit again, haven't left my bed, never brushed my hair, and if you look me in the eyes, you'll see that I don't care. You don't seem to understand, let loose, we live only for a little while. So yeah, guys, I feel like this is kind of vulnerability to emotions, because even if you're spending literally the entire day in bed, you're spending a week in bed, you're spending months in bed, and it's like, yes, of course, like it sucks, you know, like that is like, you know, signs of depression. I do feel like people just feel like your aesthetic is kind of like, it's true to who you are as a person. And if you wake up today and you feel sad, you feel shitty, you're not gonna like put up masks. You're not gonna be like, oh yeah, no, I'm fine, guys, like I'm fine. You're gonna show that, you know, that side, that you're gonna show that sad side. You're gonna show that side of you that's kind of like, you know, your shadow self to the world. And you won't shy away from demons, and you don't shy away from intense connections. And people think it's very awesome that like you won't, like, I just feel like you don't shy away from like adversity and people trying to basically hold you back, because you kind of have this vibe where it's like you came from nothing and then you kind of built yourself up, and people can just see that fighter spirit that you have about you. So yeah, it's really nice, guys. And then your channeled message says, enchanted forest and playing old songs till I get a headache. Aww, beautiful things are real. You watched me reveal myself. And then it says Sag, Leo, and Cancer. So definitely you could be one of those signs. Or I just feel like your aesthetic is kind of like, you know, a Sagittarius, where it's like living life on edge, doing what you want, and not really needing people. And the Leo, again, being by yourself and also, you know, thriving and like being confident. And then the Cancer, where it's like you're sensitive, you're a homebody. And I just feel like all of it basically encompasses you. So I do feel like your aesthetic is kind of like, it's all over the place, and it's hard to kind of just pick one aesthetic. But like I'll put a picture like, you know, of like a forest and like playing songs like, you know, your aesthetic and everything. But that is so cool, literally, where it's like I will play songs until I get a headache, or like playing old songs till I get a headache. Like, I don't even know why, but that just sounds like so freaking cool for some reason. Like, I just feel like I like your vibe already, guys. I really do. But yeah, so I already spoke about this, about you not being afraid of commitments and like your goals and everything, and like being vulnerable. And then with the 10 of swords, it starts to talk about, you know, disappointments. It talks about family issues. So I just feel like your aesthetic is kind of like I said, fighting against adversity, being an advocate, and being someone that stands up for people, being someone that will, you know, be there for people. If somebody's feeling down, like you will be there to support them. People see you as being a support system, and that you are also someone that goes through the roughs of life as well. You know, maybe you weren't dealt, you know, the best hand, and I just feel like people see you kind of trying to transform, you know, things that might not seem so beautiful into beautiful things. Because literally, even the channel message says beautiful things are real. And it's fucking true, bro. Like, beautiful things are real. You know, you are beautiful and you are real. So yeah, I mean, unless everything's a simulation, but but yeah, even the Three of Cups, this talks about also dating around. So I do feel like people get you aesthetic as being someone that you have a lot of like short-term relationships, so people just feel like you're somebody that knows everybody. I feel like it's kind of like everybody just knows who you are. Like, I think with the Three of Cups, I just feel like that's talking about basically you meeting people from all over, and yeah, just like incorporating different people's cultures in your life, and like people's mannerisms and people's beliefs. Like, you even remind me of Life of Pi. Like, you know, that guy, he didn't want to just, how can I say, he didn't want to just conform to one religion. Like, he believed that all religion was right, and I just get the vibe where it's like you will encompass everything, and it's kind of like there's no limit to what you can achieve as well. And then the Five of Swords, that talks about heartbreak. It talks about, you know, leaving someone. It talks about separation. And I just feel like this is kind of darkness and mysterious energy to you. And people just feel like they can see the pain in your aesthetic, or they can see the pain, but you can also see the beauty in your pain as well. So yeah, I just feel like you're someone that turns kind of like things that seem really dark into things that are very beautiful. And it's really sweet, guys. It really is. Like, I wish I could like add a video clip, but like I don't want to get what's the word, demonetized or like plagiarized or whatever. But there was this one video about this woman where she basically said that your aim in life should be consuming all the darkness in the world and like projecting light and making someone else's day better. And I just feel like that is something that you try to do. And like I said, other times you are the one that's maybe, you know, emitting darkness, and that doesn't mean that you're a bad person because maybe you aren't feeling so up to it. And it's kind of like, take your time to just, you know, be by yourself. Take your time to just like, you know, be there for yourself as well. Like, you know, as much as you are there for other people as well. So that is what I got for pile number 4. I really hope the video resonated. I love you loads, and let's get into the next one. What is up, pile number 5? Let's get straight into the video. So what is your aesthetic? Like, I don't even know why, guys, but like I feel like laughing for some reason. Like I don't even know why, but maybe like your spirit guides or your aura is kind of just very welcoming, very open, because it just felt like somebody was giving me like a huge hug. And I think it's kind of like very contradictory, and I do feel like your aesthetic is kind of very contradictory to who you are on the inside, because like literally the song that I got for you is Sick and Tired by Eon Dior and MGK and Travis Barker. And then the card that I'm using to channel your aesthetic is the spam card. And you know, spam talks about like, sorry, excuse me, it talks about like, you know, when you get a lot of emails and then it goes to spam or whatever. But like I keep hearing this even like when I was first busy channeling all the cards. Like pile number 5, your energy was like literally one of the strongest ones, and it just kept telling me that you're fucking hot as fuck, bro, for real. Like, you are so attractive, you are so handsome, you are so beautiful, you are so just like all the things. And I really do feel like your aesthetic is kind of like, you know, bad bitch vibes. Like, you know, I'm getting reds and blacks. Like, I'll put a picture over here. Like, I'm getting like reds and blacks. I'm getting like, you know, playing in the playing in the rain. I'm getting like, you know, singing in the shower. I'm just getting kind of like, I don't even know, like crying with your makeup on. Like, I'm getting like, you know, Libras and Pisces and Cancers, like, you know, when they're crying, they will always stop to take a picture of themselves. Like, I'm getting that way. It's like crying with your makeup, or like being in the bathroom and like crying about something, and just like living life. Like, I'm even thinking about this TV show, I forgot what it's called. I think it's called Demi, and like the two main characters, the best friends, like I'm getting these two people over there. Like, I'm getting like that energy as well. I just feel like you're someone that's very attractive, really hot, and yeah, I just feel like people, when they think about your aesthetic, it's kind of just like you're a bad bitch that can't be fucked with, period. Okay, so yeah, sorry for swearing, guys. If you guys don't like swearing, it is what it is. But yeah, so the first card that we got is the Ugly Duckling, and you know, this is actually a really beautiful story. Like, I should actually check up what the whole entire story is, but basically it's about a duck, if you don't know what it's about already. And the stock felt like they didn't belong, they felt like they weren't beautiful, they felt like they didn't fit in or something. And then they realized actually that they were a swan and they were beautiful and that they were enough the entire time. And I just feel like you have a very motivating presence about you, and a very like, I just feel like your aesthetic is kind of like an Aries, where it's like, notice me or like go back to bed. I just feel like your aura kind of demands to be introduced, or your aura demands to be noticed. And I just feel like it's very hard to ignore you basically as well. Like, you know, some people where it's like you can try your hardest literally to like blend into the crowd, but it's like it's not gonna happen, fam. Like, you know, you were born to stand out. And I just feel like people know that you are attractive and you just seem like someone that even could be on TV. I just feel like you give off the vibe where it's like, you know, you're famous or you're well known, you're an influencer. Like, you just give off like, you know, that type of energy where it's like everybody knows you, you're popular, and like you're that bitch basically. And then we also got the enthusiastic card. So I do feel like you're someone that's very charismatic. You're someone that will definitely, you know, you will play truth or dare, you'll play spin the bottle. You're basically a daredevil. People get the energy that you're someone that smiles a lot. You have a beautiful smile. You're very beautiful, definitely 1,000%. And I just feel like people can kind of see your journey that you've gone on as well. Like, when it comes to your aesthetic, I feel like it's kind of like walking on the beach or like leaving footprints in the sand. And it's like people want to kind of follow in your footsteps even, guys, for real. Like, I just feel like I see you kind of living your life, and people like looking up to you and thinking, wow, I hope one day I can also be like that person. I hope one day I can also do what they did. So, you know, maybe you've always been trying to kind of like stand up for the underdog, or you've always been trying to kind of like live that life that you want. And I just feel like it's kind of finally coming to fruition, and people are really noticing it, guys, for real. Especially if you like have a job or something, I definitely do see you getting success in your job. And I just feel like people are noticing, like, you know, what you're doing, guys. Like, for real, like, you are not going unnoticed. That is your aesthetic. Like, you know, it's the third eye, guys, for real. Like, literally your aesthetic is basically the third eye. It's like all knowing, all seeing, and everything, and like all knowledgeable, all that other stuff. Okay, so yeah, we got the 6 of Wands that came up right, ooh, and the 6 of Cups, and then also the 5 of Wands that came up right. So the number 6 does also talk about like insomnia. It does talk about kind of like, you know, being really excited, being really fidgety, not being able to sit still. So, you know, you even could be someone that's part of like the LGBTQ plus community, and like, you know, that is part of your aesthetic as well. But I feel like you already know your aesthetic, and maybe you're just watching this video to kind of like get a confirmation. But guys, you already know like what people get the vibes. Like, you already know your vibes. You already know, bro, for real, okay? You 100% pass the vibe check. But yeah, let's get into your song. So it says, what does it say? Okay, so it says, I've been losing my mind trying to figure it out. Guess I'll start again. Remember the times, but I know that you won't ever change. I am my only friend. So yeah, guys, I even feel like you got this really independent energy where it's kind of like you are your best friend and you will always be there for yourself as well. But there's the energy where it's like you are also there for your best friend. I feel like people see you as like, I don't want to say being the supporting character, but I just feel like you make appearances in everybody's life. And I feel like different people love you for different things, and there's a vibe where it's like your aesthetic is kind of like how people see you. And I mean, yeah, that is kind of true. I feel like there's a part of you that takes care of other people, and there's also a part of you that takes care of yourself. And I think it's really motivating, and it's kind of like it's hot to see, guys. Like, I don't even know what else to say. Like, I just feel like it's really hot, it's really attractive, and like I'm just getting like, you know, shirtless guys or like whatever you find attractive, like literally. And then as for your channeled message, it says, journeys are so long and boring, let's make it more fun. Not your average Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. So you could definitely be any of these zodiac signs. But yeah, you know, I feel like you're someone that's kind of like I literally was getting that way. It's like you're walking on the beach and there's footprints in the sand, and it's kind of like, yeah, you could make, you know, being a teacher, you can make it boring. You could just make it, you know, reading off the syllabus and kind of just like, you know, doing that. But I feel like you're someone that's more like, you make things fun, you make everything into your own thing. It's kind of like, it's like when you touch things, they turn to gold, bro, for real. Like, your aesthetic is even gold colors. Like, I'll put pictures of, like, you know, golden, or like the song Golden by Harry Styles. I just feel like you make things more fun, you make parties more fun, you make living more fun, you add to people's life, and I feel like it's such an amazing thing to do. It's like, I feel like the word aesthetic is kind of like even too surface level for, like, you know, you and your energy, because it's kind of like, bro, you are not an aesthetic, you're a real person that just freaking adds so much to everybody's life as well. And I think it's really freaking amazing. So yeah, with the Six of Wands, is a vibe is kind of like you're someone that's very adventurous, someone that wants to travel the world. Definitely you give up kind of, like I said, TV, traveling the world, being an entrepreneur, exploring, Dora the Explorer even. I just feel like you're someone that also gives off, like, you know, having amazing hair as well for some reason. Like, I'm getting people like your hair, they like your face, they think you're so attractive. And then we've got the Six of Cups as well, and that talks about giving. It talks about yeah, giving back to people. It talks about negotiating. It talks about compromising when it comes to love as well. I just feel like you're someone that will basically suffer for the people that you care about as well. And people think that you're such an intense lover, and it's kind of like that is your aesthetic, where it's like you're someone that is a lover, not a fighter. But you know, Five of Wands, that doesn't mean you won't, you know, smack a bitch if you need to. I feel like with the Five of Wands, you're someone that definitely, like I said, you're a lover, not a fighter. But bitch, literally with the synchronicities where it's like 2 6s and 2 5s, I feel like you're someone that definitely will stand up for yourself. You aren't afraid of confrontation. You will stand up for, you know, who you need to and yourself and everything. But like, if you can avoid, you know, confrontation, you will. But that doesn't mean you're gonna back down from a fight. And people just feel like you're someone that's like a very intense person, a very intense lover, intense everything. It's kind of like everything is magnified. Like, I always talk about the Vampire Diaries and like the originals, but you know, when you're a vampire, like everything is intensified. I just feel like all your emotions are heightened, and people just feel like being with you is kind of like being heightened. Like, it's just like everything is sweeter, everything is better, everything's just more like, what's the word, like savory even, guys, for real. So yeah, that is what I got for pile number 5. I really hope the video resonated. I love you loads, and let's get into the next. What is a pile number 6? Let's get straight into your reading. So what is your aesthetic, alrighty? So the song that I got for you is Never the One by Rosie. I know your aesthetic is going to be the section. So like, you know, right off the bat, guys, I can really see with the dress and everything. I feel like people get the energy that you're someone that dresses very well, you dress very nice. And I just feel like people like your fashion sense. They like that you have, like, you know, an eye for style, and that yeah, you know, you can kind of, like, you're very intuitive, and I just feel like you can tell when something's gonna happen before it happens. Like, you remind me, like, I'll even put a picture of, like, you know, That's So Raven. Like, literally you remind me of her for some reason. Like, I don't even know why. Even her best friend Chelsea, and like the other guy, I forgot his name, but like that guy even. And like, I just feel like people see you as being someone that's super thorough, and someone that really you kind of like, you like the details about things, you like the small little things, and like you appreciate the small things in life. And I just feel like you're always reminding people to kind of like look at the brighter side. And there's a vibe where it's kind of like maybe you were at your lowest point at a certain point in time in your life, and I feel like people can just see you really trying to make sure that nobody kind of falls off the wagon. Like, you remind me of, like, you know, Robin Williams, and like how inspirational he was, and kind of like the movie Dead Poets Society, where it's like he spoke about, like, we don't read to, I forgot what he said, but like basically he said that we read so we can feel emotions. Okay, there's an airplane, guys. But anyways, the airplane's gone now, but let's just get straight into all of your cards. So the first card that we got is the Meet Me Halfway card. So I'll definitely link down the song where it's like, will you meet, okay, I'm not gonna sing, but you know, will you meet me halfway and everything. So I feel like your aesthetic is kind of like, you know, meeting people halfway, and yeah, just like building people up and like reminding them that, like, you know, things will get better. And it's kind of like you're basically everybody's bigger sister or older sibling or something, you know, like their older brother or like older sibling, whichever gender. And I just feel like people can kind of like lean on you, depend on you, and people just see you as being that dependable person, you know, being the mom friend or whatever. And I think it's really sweet, guys, for real. And then we also got the hard-headed card. So I do feel like your aesthetic is also kind of like being a bit stubborn, being a bit hard-headed sometimes, kind of like not wanting to see certain things for what they are, you know, not wanting to give up on people. Because like I was even thinking about this before I started filming. Like I literally heard the question like, when should you give up on someone that you love so much? And I feel like your answer is probably like never, but like comment down below, what is your answer? Like, you know, when do you feel like you should give up on someone that you love? And I just feel like you're someone that's kind of like, you will meet someone halfway and you will like, you know, love them, you will support them and everything, but like if they betray your trust, obviously it's like, okay, then it's done. I feel like you're someone that's kind of like loyalty over everything. And you even remind me of like, you know, Leos, because Leos are very loyal people and they're all about, you know, loyalty, honesty, virtue, and just like being transparent with people. And I feel like there's this transparency with you as well, and people think it's really, you know, like a nice quality to have in a person as well. And also you guys got the most cards. So we got the King of Cups, the Queen of Swords, the Knight of Cups, and then we also got the Four of Wands that came up, right? Okay, so let's get into your song first. So it says, met you in October, you talk sweet and a little slow. I thought warm eyes and your hands cold, 'cause I know you're dangerous. I saw through your games and paused them. Again, talking about that transparency, I just feel like you're someone that like your aesthetic is literally just like it's like even reminds me of like Shakespeare, guys. Like I'm getting like literature, you know, like Hamlet. Like I'll put a picture of Hamlet over here, or like one of his quotes or something. I'm getting like, you know, Romeo and Juliet. I'm getting Shakespeare. I just feel like you're someone that you don't like games. You don't like when people play with you or your emotions. I feel like you're someone that's very smart when it comes to relationships, when it comes to loving people, when it comes to caring about people. And I just feel like when people decide to cross you, it's kind of like that's their own thing, their own derogative or whatever. And I just feel like people do not want to get on your bad side, because they know if they cross you, it's like, bitch, the Queen of Swords is gonna come out. And you know, the Queen of Swords is ruthless. They are someone that will literally say it how it is. They don't fucking care how long they knew you. They will cut you off because it is what it is. Don't cross them. And people just feel like you're someone that's so loyal, and they kind of want to be in your life forever. And I feel like people get the energy where it's kind of like they feel bad for people that, like, you know, you've had a falling out with, because you're such an amazing person, you have such a light about you, and it sucks that not everybody can like see the light that you have. But yeah, anyways, so your channel's message says, hiding behind your humor and intelligence, can't you hold me while the storm passes? And then it says, I know what keeps me going, do you? And then it says Aries, Pisces, and Virgo. Like I was getting Aries though, like for real, definitely. So you know, we got the air over here, we got fire, and we got water as well. So definitely you could be any zodiac sign. But like I was getting that thing where it's like, you know, you're busy asking rhetorical questions, you're busy asking questions, and people just feel like you are someone that's highly inquisitive. You're someone that will, you know, question the world, you'll question the surroundings. Like you're not just gonna conform, you're gonna be like thinking, wait, why should I do this? Like, you know, when you're in school, you're always asking questions, you're always debating, you're always wondering. There has to be a reason, you know. You even could be someone that's very good at math, and it's kind of like you find comfort in things that give you answers because you don't like not knowing what's going on. You like knowing drama, or you like knowing what's going on around. You like knowing the way that your country works. You like knowing the inner mechanics of what you're busy doing. Like, say for example, you are, let's just say, a tarot reader. You know, if you're a tarot reader, you want to know, what do all the individual cards mean? How did they start? You know, where did it end? Who was the first person that invented it? Like, you want to know everything about what you're talking about. You want to be able to kind of like just be able to speak and be able to just know what you're talking about, you know. People see you as being just super inquisitive, super smart, and they just feel like you're someone that, like, you know what you're talking about because you've been through it as well. And it's kind of like people take your word for it, bro, 100%. So yeah, like I said, meeting people halfway, hard-headed, and then being very thorough as well. And then with the King of Cups, it does talk about, you know, a sensitive masculine energy. I just feel like when it comes to relationships, you're someone that's kind of like a bit of like a love guru, or you like setting people up also. And I just feel like you remind me of like Davina from like the originals. Like I'll put a picture over here as well. But I just feel like people see you as being someone that's very mature, and I feel like you know how to handle conflict and how to just, you know, say goodbye to people. You know kind of the right way to just like, you know, love someone and yeah, say goodbye to someone. And I mean, not that there isn't a right way to love somebody, but I just feel like you have a lot of experience in life, and I feel like people just look to you as being that person that's been through a lot. And like I said about, you know, relying on you, depending on you as being their older sibling or even being a parental figure in their life as well. And then the Queen of Swords is someone that's kind of like not to be messed with. There's someone that's kind of like cutthroat. They will say whatever they're thinking, and like they won't even think twice, and they will cut you off also as well. And then with the Knight of Cups that came out, right, people see you as being someone that is a hopeless romantic, you know, even if you're someone that tries to pretend like, oh, like I've been through this before, like, you know, I know better. I feel like at the end of the day, you're someone that's still silly. You make mistakes and everything, and you are literally hopeless romantic. You're super romantic, you're super kind, you're super nurturing, and you're an amazing partner as well. And I just feel like people feel lucky to be in your life as well. And then with the Four of Wands, it starts to talk about, you know, stability, practicality, the 4 pillars. It talks about respect. Again, about the whole Leos, where it's like they have the virtues of respect, you know, loyalty and everything. And I just feel like even with your channel message where it's like, I know what keeps me going, do you? I just feel like you know what keeps you going. You know the secret to, you know, why you still carry on, why you still live life. I feel like you know the secret to life even itself. Like maybe you came up with like, you know, a huge epiphany or something. And I just feel like people want to know, like, you know, what's going on in your head, like what are your secrets, like tell me, bro, like what's popping, what's happening. But yeah guys, that is what I got for your reading. I really hope it resonated. I love you loads. Don't forget to comment down other video suggestions as well, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Okay guys, so that was the video. I really hope that it resonated as well. I love you guys literally so freaking much. I feel like I'm out of focus. Oh, and I got new earrings guys as well. And also I wanted to tell you guys that I got a tattoo as well. Like let me show you the tattoo. So this is the tattoo. It's Cancer, Gemini, Leo, and Scorpio. Because if you didn't know, I'm a Cancer. My dad's a Leo, my mom's Scorpio, my brother's a Gemini. So yeah, I got that tattoo. And comment down below if you guys have any tattoos as well. So yeah, I got this like maybe, I want to say a few weeks ago. Probably not a few weeks ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. I don't even know. I suck at like time management. But yeah, I just want to say I love you guys, and yeah, don't forget to comment down other video suggestions as well, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, mwah, mwah. Bye. I watch way too much TikTok guys.